These reviews are just my opinions based off of the sleds I've ridden in the past and my ownership experiences over the years. Your opinion may differ, but I hope you can still find value in the videos, and I appreciate you watching.
Alright, Riot X, here we go. Wasn't sure I was going to get on one of these. Appreciate Don letting me scoot onto his afterwards. Ooh, wow, the vertical steering post is quite a difference. Wow. I did not expect that. Huh. It kind of feels like the handlebars are right in my chest. So I don't really notice any bad characteristics with the skid. What I notice I don't like is this vertical steering post. It's just too much in my chest, and like when I'm turning, I feel like I'm almost like a little icy, so not necessarily the biggest example of how it performs, but power feels pretty much the same. I can't really get the front end up on this either. Circumstances, you know, conditions, all that. 2.6 should be able to do in the powder, no problem. I'm sure it will be able to. But for this type of riding, it's not the best at it. Obviously not demographic. I would say if you're contemplating this sled, like, I would just try a sled with a vertical steering post first and see what you think of that. I'm sure it's something you get used to, but it's pretty stable though. Like it was honestly pretty stable overall. I didn't feel any sort of struggle from the skid. It feels just like any other sled. I'm sure the sway bar helps. Didn't look like the Blast had a sway bar, which kind of made it a bigger problem. So I would say if you're willing to live with the vertical steering post, I wouldn't say this probably gives up too much on trail. That's the one big differentiating factor I noticed was the steering post. Temps are staying pretty low. I wonder if the scratchers are down. I'm sure they are. Mid-range feels good on it though. I'm sure it's very geared down. Whew. It does kind of dive a little bit. Man, the power is right there because it's so geared down. Curious what I saw for top speed. I totally forgot to pay attention. Whoops. Not sure how many of you out there are contemplating between an X and a regular Riot, but I would definitely, like, this is a great example, this demo ride you can get right on a Riot or right on a Riot X, and the biggest difference I feel is the lay down steering post versus the vertical steering post. It is a big difference. I'm not sure if it's a combination of like you want to move forward to kind of keep the ski down because it's a little tippier, and because of that the bars are like right in your chest. But it's interesting. It's definitely, I wouldn't let the skid scare you off at all. I think that that's very livable. On both sleds I rode, I think you could definitely do it. If you're the type of person that can justify enough off-trail for a 2.6 or even a 2-inch track, I think that you could justify all of the skid and everything. I would just say for on-trail riding, see how you feel about the vertical steering post before you jump into it. I really wish to this day I got to ride a regular Riot X with the 2-inch track instead of with the Alpha, but was not available last year. Ooh, yeah, like right there. It's quite the... Oh wow, it says the temp now in the middle of the temp gauge. That's cool. So like this tight turn, you can see like my handlebars are kind of more like a, I don't know, like a boat steering wheel underneath me. That's like really the only big negative I saw in the whole experience. Fun sled though. Frog skin vents up top. That's pretty cool. I don't think that the M had a sway bar on it, so like sometimes it feels stable, and then it would catch like new snow a weird way, and it would just be like boom. The Riot X wasn't like that though. They have the same skid, and it felt pretty stable because it has a sway bar on it. But yeah, it was interesting.
Was it Axis?
They both had the Alpha skid. Both the sleds I rode had it.
Okay.
Yeah. It felt pretty good on the X because of the sway bar. Like it felt pretty stable. The weirdest part was it has a vertical steering post instead of a lay down. So the handlebars are like up in your chest. Honestly, it didn't feel too crazy different. Yeah.
Could it be conditions or actually?
Yeah, the mid-range power felt really good on the X because it's so geared down for that big track. But as far as everything else, like the front ends are really glued to the snow still. Like even with that, I thought with that huge track it would like wheelie, and it doesn't really lift the front end. But
the X have a bigger engine or just the way the
same engine?
Okay.
Yeah, it's just geared down so it won't have as much top speed. But it was cool.
Cool. Glad you got a chance to ride it.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, this track is just nuts. Yeah, I feel you. This track is insane. That's a 2.6-inch track. Mine's 1.6, so it's an entire inch taller. Bit more width on the front end, obviously, than the mountain sled.